I'm gonna get straight to the point with this video. The reason that they didn't do Scream 5 is because they said that it received mixed reviews and it was the second lowest opening since the first film. That's why they didn't do it. They also said that the formula was dated. In slang terms, it was played out. They did it too much. And I agree with them. If you notice, in this movie, it was the same old thing. Ring, ring, ring. Hello, Sidney. This is Ghostface. I'm back, and I'm gonna kill you. Same old thing, just a different sequel. They keep doing the same thing. And then, surprise, surprise, you find out that it's another family member. Same old thing. That's why they don't have a Scream 5. So I'm here to give a pitch. Jill Roberts, played by Emma Roberts, was shot by Sidney, played by Neve Campbell, at the end of the fourth movie. But what if Jill didn't die? What if, while going into the hospital gathering up evidence, Jill moves? Her body moves, and she's alive. Sidney finds out that she's alive, but Sidney doesn't want anyone to know about it because she's tired of all the drama. So Sidney basically says, you know what, throw her ass in the mental asylum and let her stay there. And you're going to say, well, why not just go to prison? Because a mental asylum would make it more dramatic than prison. So she goes there. She stays there. This takes place in 2011. 5 minutes after the events of Part 4. They take her, throw her in the mental asylum, figuring that she's not a danger to herself or anyone else. That she is a danger, but they figure that she won't be able to get out. Throughout the movie, she's talking to the therapist, talking about her childhood, and the years go by, 2011, 2012, 13, 14, 15. And check this out. By 2016, they let her out because she convinces them that she's better. But see, 2016 is also the 20th anniversary of the first Woodsboro massacre. So she gets out and she hides the secret that she was the killer. Sidney kept the secret because Sidney was tired of her family being dragged through the mud. So she just blames everything on the boyfriend, Charlie Walker, played by Rory Culkin. But anyway, they blame everything on him, say he did it. And Dewey, played by David Arquette, agrees to help Sidney do this thing with Jill. So Jill's in the mental hospital under another name. And that's basically what's going on. She faked her death, and she's actually in a mental hospital. But she comes home, she looks different, but she's hiding the secret, and these people end up dead. And everyone thinks that it's just some random guy trying to create a 20th anniversary sequel. As a matter of fact, they can even make a reference to Halloween H2O. They can just say, is somebody trying to create a 20th anniversary sequel? You know, like that movie Halloween H2O 20 years later? And there's your Michael Myers reference. In all actuality, the killer is Jill. Jill comes back to get revenge on Sidney. She tells Sidney, "You took my life away from me. I spent 5 years in that fucking hospital." You know how Jill likes to swear. But she's mad at Sidney because she couldn't do anything. She had to stay in the mental hospital for 5 years. And that's the motive for trying to kill Sidney again. I would even make it so that Dewey looks guilty and Gail looks guilty. But the thing is, we have to stop with all that, "Hello, Sidney. What's your favorite scary movie?" All that bullshit. That's why Scream 5 doesn't exist right now, because they keep doing the same shit over and over and over again. This movie would be a little different. It's the only way to save the movie franchise. They have to do something different with this movie. But that's basically what the movie is about. Again, I will go over it with you. The movie starts off in 2011. Jill gets shot by Sidney, but lives. But Sidney doesn't want her family being dragged through the mud. So, she just decides to throw Jill in a mental hospital under a different name. Jill convinces the psychiatrist that she's better. And she's just hiding the fact that she still wants to kill Sidney. That's basically the pitch for the movie. That's the plot. She returns for the 20th anniversary of the original Woodsboro massacre, and she starts killing people. And people think that Dewey and Gail are the killers, when in fact it's Jill all over again. It's like a Halloween H2O kind of thing. That is the pitch for my movie. Let me know what you guys think. But in order to save this franchise, we must do something different with it. Instead of Ghostface, and I use that loosely, but instead of Ghostface calling people on the phone, that shit's getting old. Seriously, nobody does that anymore. And thank you for listening to my pitch, Scream 5. What do you guys think? How about a 20th anniversary sequel like H2O? Let me know what you think. I'm out, and I approve this message. And in case I forgot to mention it, Jill Roberts will be played by Emma Roberts again in this movie.